LSTC is uniquely poised to prepare people for ministry in the modern world. My first call was in New York City, and I was well prepared for that because I had gone to seminary here. And you know, a lot of my colleagues here were from rural areas, and they were well prepared to go back to those rural areas too, having experienced the world and ministry in a different context.
What I look for in leadership these days is those who have the audacity, the utter audacity to call the community of faith to move, to keep moving, to move together, and to move in a direction that we may not even understand, very similar to those individual movements of what happened in Seminex.
I remember professors like Karen Bloomquist coming in, and that introduction to the way church engages with society around it, and some of the really gutsy, incredibly exciting stories that I heard about what the church could be. Was really inspiring for me. Also, a lot of my classmates were really struggling at the time. Some of the women, we were still struggling for calls and interviews at that time, and there were classmates who had been disinherited by their families for answering their call to ministry. And it really opened up to me the reality of what the church might be like and what the church can be like.
I'm very happy to hear the passion for gospel. This radical good news that God is radically gracious, that the gifts that we have from God are truly gifts. It's not that, you know, we're so worthy of these or we've worked so hard for them, but God just gives them to us and says, I love you anyway. Now, it means something to be my child, right? To be my son, my daughter. And so, but I'll walk with you in that journey.
I came to seminary sort of saying, okay, God, I'll prove to you you don't mean me. And could never imagine myself doing this. So in some ways, it feels like every step of the way has been a risk.
What I think LSTC prepared me for is how to think theologically as it relates to scripture and the text, and I really appreciate the training that I got on attacking a scripture or looking at a scriptural text and doing historical criticism. As it relates to the 21st century, one of the things that I think the Lutheran School of Theology at Chicago has done an excellent job at is constantly asking the question of how can we be better?
I'm so excited by what I see in the student body because there's so much creative engagement with the world around them, and the support that I think I see them receiving from the seminary faculty and administration for exploring the ways that you engage a shifting culture with the gospel.